just on Sunday, Premier, a lot of businesses have said they could go under if there's no change to the restrictions on them by, say, Sunday or the week after. Will that be a consideration, or is it purely the health advice?
Well, look, I understand. I grew up in a household where my parents built businesses from nothing, lost everything, rebuilt in many different sectors, whether it be in farming, in food production, in cafes and milk bars, in wholesale trade, across the board. That was my childhood. Right? I understand. And whether that makes me a typical Labor politician or something else, that's a matter for others to judge. But these are the sorts of issues that were dominating kitchen table discussion every night as I grew up. I understand because I've lived it. I've seen people, the people you love the most, build something up and have it all taken away through no fault of their own. I have lived that. That's what saw us move from metropolitan Melbourne to regional Victoria. Exactly that happening. So it's not a matter of empathy, it's a matter of lived experience. I know and understand how challenging this is, but there's no leadership in letting people open up when you know it's not safe and you know it's not sustainable, only to then have them closed a short time later. That's not leadership. That's something very, very different.
Premier, just on business, I'm told by the Independent Brewers Association, the Victorian brewers have been left out of your government's hospitality venue fund. Apparently, breweries that operate hospitality components but have a separate general restaurant or similar licence are eligible for the fund, but those with identical business models are operating hospitality on a producer licence are not. So it's basically if a beer-making place or is
like a craft brewery that doesn't have a restaurant.
Brewery has got a couple of tables on the side. Are you able to seek any clarity?
I will do that for you and for them and for everybody who enjoys craft beer, which there are many, many people. Many people. I'll follow that up. I will follow that up. I'm getting thumbs up from the back of the room.
They probably want to get...
Cameraman's very happy.
They probably want to
My senior staff will be happy too. It's a thing. It is a thing. It's a big thing. People love these products and they're very highly made. They're the best of their kind anywhere in the world, I'm told.
I was probably going to say they probably want to get back on the beers, Premier. So is there any enlightenment?
Well, I didn't stipulate which beer you'd be able to get back on, and we're not yet at that point. That will come. Yeah. That will come.
We're awaiting that day, no doubt. So, just to wrap that one up, if you wouldn't mind.
We might have a slab or two at that point.
Are there issues with eligibility though for your funds, or are you trying to catch all?
I don't believe there is, but on that issue, I will have my office follow it up, just as we did with your uncle, the painter. We will chase it up.
What did you think of the AHA idea that every pub would have a digital tracing system? Would that speed up?
It's a fantastic idea. QR codes, that type of thing. We've been working very closely with the AHA on those issues and others, and I think that's going to be a feature. I can't necessarily tell you when we'd move to that, but that may well be a feature of that kind of long-term maintenance phase. So once we get as open as we can be, we've found that COVID normal. I think that sort of technology and maybe other technologies that are not yet apparent to us, they'll be a really significant feature. Just makes it easier instead of the pencil and paper at the actual venue, just to try and validate so we've got the most complete picture. The other thing too, it's a bit like testing. We've got some rapid testing stuff that's a whole lot of different tech that's being tested at the moment and trialled. We've used some of it. I think Jerome the other day was talking about the fact that we had done those rapid tests on a number of people in connection with Shepparton. So that tyre business where it became apparent the truck driver had been, we did a test, the 20-minute test with those. It's not quite as accurate as the nasal and throat swab, but it gives you a pretty good picture and you can move on from there. So sometimes really old-fashioned stuff is important, but at the same time, if we can use tech to benefit us as well, we will.